What's up, guys? Welcome to week 9 of the Atlas Nutrition Journey to the Stage vlog series. This week I wanted to talk a little bit about supplements versus whole foods. I got asked a couple of times about that by clients and other individuals this past week, and so I thought it'd be a good talking point to kind of touch on. So here we go. At its very fundamental, basic level, the difference we pointed out just by the definitions of the names. A whole food is a whole food. It's a chicken breast, it's a salmon fillet, it's brown rice, it's an avocado, etc. It's been minerally processed to get to you, so the nutrient profiles and the food itself is the most intact it can be. You're going to get the most complete nutrition out of that food item. A supplement, by definition, is designed to be taken in addition to. It's supplemental, it's extra, it's on top of. They're designed to be taken in conjunction with whole food to fill holes in your diet, or to supplement additional protein, for example. That's probably the most common example, or branched chain amino acids, etc., on top of your normal diet. A lot of these supplement companies now have started to try to make meal replacements and whole food shakes and things like that. And while it's a pretty good effort, at the end of the day, you're still taking whole food sources and breaking them down into their component parts, and then repackaging them and selling them back to a consumer, which I don't know why you would pay to have all of that work done just to have the whole foods repackaged into a can and sold back to you. The other side of that is when you start breaking a food down into its component parts, there's nutrient degradation, proteins are denatured, etc. So you lose nutrient quality. You're just losing stuff along the way. It's impossible to process foods that far along and not have some nutrient loss. So, probably the best example would be eating like a whole chicken breast after your workout, or having a whey isolate shake. Whey isolate is a byproduct of the cheese making process. It's something that comes out of dairy. It's a milk byproduct, and they have to filter that down to be a whey isolate. And so it's been stripped all the way down, and there's a little bit of inherent, there's a small branched chain amino acid profile in there still inherent with the proteins, but that's basically all you're getting. It's been stripped of everything else down to that just isolated whey protein. And there are some other options there. You might argue, there's casein, there's whey concentrates, there's blends, etc., that are a little slightly more complete. They haven't been filtered down so far. But just the same, these companies are having to go back through and add enzymes like lactase to these protein blends, so that the lactose, which is the sugar that's naturally occurring in milk that a lot of people are allergic to, as you may know, they have to go through and add these digestive enzymes back into the product so that it doesn't upset people's stomachs, so they can sell it to everybody. So again, we start this process of stripping it down, putting it back together, back in a bottle, and selling it back to you, where you can just have the complete nutritional profile of that chicken breast straight from the store for a whole lot cheaper. The other thing too that I wanted to mention, I've mentioned nutrient degradation and stripping things apart, is there's the macronutrient profiles, there's the proteins, the fats, the carbs, etc., but there's also the micronutrient, the vitamin profiles that go with whole foods as well. You may or may not know chicken's very rich in niacin, both through processing of tryptophan, which is an amino acid within our system that converts it to niacin to use it for regular body function. And there's also additional niacin, which is vitamin B3, in the chicken itself. So it's little things like that, where you're not going to get that in a whey isolate, a whey concentrate, unless they go through and specifically add it back in. So there's lots of these little kinds of differences to consider, but at the end of the day, whole food is always going to be your best bet. It's going to be the most complete nutritional profile. You're not going to have to strip things down, put them back together. It's just overall better for you, especially when you start getting close to a show and your diet gets very limited, your calories are limited. You want to have the best nutrition possible. That is not the time to start cutting things out because it's easy or convenient. Your body really needs those complete nutritional profiles. So, sorry for the episode being a little longer this time. I could go on and on and on about that kind of stuff, but I'm going to stop it there. We'll see you next week.